Welcome. It's the final round of the MotoGP World Championship. After 18 rounds, well, 17 rounds, this is the 18th. The championship still to be decided.
Pronto. Sorry, Nick. Before you start, we have a surprise for you. Because it's your last Grand Prix, so you have to come with us. Look at the...
This is what it's like, is it?
Pronto. Yeah, allora, dai. Ready, go. Look here. You look there.
MotoGP World Championship, 18 rounds throughout the world, is about to start here. Sit back and enjoy. Here we go. It's underway. Let battle commence side by side. Here comes Vinales up the inside. Marquez leads the way. Here comes Rossi up the inside. Will it count? Here he comes. Absolutely masterclass. Let battle commence.
Let the battle commence.
Round 2 is underway.
Round 18 is underway.
Fantastic start by Jorge Lorenzo.
That's a classic overtaking maneuver.
Oh, classic maneuver.
Classic overtaking maneuver.
Vinales is absolutely flying.
What a motorcycle race! What a Grand Prix!
Has been a great pleasure to have the possibility to work together. You are one of the most important parts of this championship.
It's been a fun road together, you know, from a beer, let's say, in his local pub to MotoGP. And yeah, been amazing to be a part of it.
We'll miss you dearly. You've taught me everything I know, which isn't much, I know that, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
I think the thing about Nick is he's done everything, and he's done them all brilliantly.
Can't believe that this has happened. It's unbelievable.
Oh, unbelievable.
Sitting alongside me, Matt Bird, down in pit lane, it's Dylan Gray.
Down to Dylan.
Bautista on the brakes.
On the brakes.
On the brakes.
Is that familiar number 9?
Familiar number 9.
Comes Zarco up the inside.
Zarco up the inside.
Absolutely breathtaking.
Absolutely breathtaking.
We're going to miss you a lot, but I'm sure you're going to visit us many times. Hopefully you will come to the hospitality. We'll be trying to make you a proper English tea.
I hope you have a fantastic retirement with Sheila, that you get to see a few places in the world, not just inside a paddock.
Nick, thank you very much for teaching us how to produce motorsports, how to comment MotoGP. You are leaving here a huge legacy. Your passion, your enthusiasm to comment, to do your work in MotoGP. Thank you, Nick, forever.
We've had a lot of fun times over the years. You've helped me out in certain areas, so I really look forward to catching up with you somewhere, sometime.
Grand Prix motorcycle racing was the most important part of their life at the time, but they also had lots more to their life. They wanted to have good fun.
We ride with Alessio Spargaro.
We ride with Alessio Spargaro.
Side by side they come.
Side by side they come.
Salute the doctor, the master.
Salute the master. Salute the doctor. Salute Valentino Rossi.
Masterclass by Danny Pedrosa.
Masterclass by Danny Pedrosa. What a race.
What a race.
What a race.
Never say never in MotoGP.
Never say never in MotoGP.
This is MotoGP.
This is MotoGP.
This is MotoGP. Thank you, Nick.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start in just a couple of seconds, so if everybody could take their seats, please, and settle down a little bit. Thank you.
Mark, thank you very much indeed. Dovi, thank you very much indeed. Maverick, thank you very much indeed. Valentino, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Absolutely incredible.
That's enough from me, ladies and gentlemen. Questions from the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Question from the floor.
We talk about legends in this paddock. He's definitely one of the legends in terms of the voice. God bless you, and say hi to the family.
Ciao, Nick. It was a great pleasure to share all this time together. We have a good moment. We laugh a lot. So, for sure, we will miss you.
If he has any problems being retired, give me a call because I'll tell him how to do it.
This is MotoGP, and it's the best in the world.
Do I have to go back now? Do I have to do the press conference now? No questions from the floor, please. Definitely no social media questions. Right, do I have to do the press conference now? Thank you all very much indeed. And good night. As I say, may I assure you, I'm going to miss you all a lot more than you're going to miss me. And yeah, you've been wonderful. Right, here we go. We've got a World Championship to decide, which is far, far more important than what we've just seen. So, in the press conference today, Marc Marquez, of course, first in the World Championship, 6 wins riding the Repsol Honda, 21-point advantage, a Moto2 and a MotoGP winner here, and second here for the last 2 years. The only man that could beat him in the championship to his left, Andrea Dovizioso, riding the factory Ducati, second in the championship, 6 wins, 21 points behind. A second place in the 125cc race here, the year he won that 125cc world title, and third in MotoGP in 2011. To the left of Marc, Valentino Rossi, riding that Movistar Yamaha, fourth in the World Championship, 1 win this season in Assen, 2 MotoGP wins here at the Riccardo Tormo circuit. The far end, Johan Zarco, riding that monster Tech 3 Yamaha, 6th in the World Championship. The top independent rider has already been crowned, and also the Rookie of the Year, 3rd in the last round in Sepang, and the Moto2 winner here last year. And, of course, we've got Danny Pedrosa, 5th in the World Championship. Danny riding the Repsol Honda, and he is the only rider to have won 125, 250 and MotoGP races at this circuit. And completing the lineup today, Jorge Lorenzo on the factory Ducati, 7th in the World Championship, 3 podiums, 2nd, of course, in Sepang. 4 MotoGP wins here, and he's won here for the last 2 years. So that's the lineup. Obviously, we're going to start with Marc. This is it, Marc. This is the race that will decide the championship.
Yeah, of course, it was a tough season, but anyway, one race decides everything. We will see. We will try to approach the weekend on the same way, like always. Try to do my 100% in the practice, but of course you feel like it's a special race. Will be a special Sunday, but anyway, we will try to enjoy it, the party at 2 o'clock because it will be a really nice race in front of my fans in a circuit that I like it. But keep same mentality like always, because in motorsport, in sport general, everything can happen. So that means that we will try to be on the same level, and of course try to finish the race will be the most important.
The situation, how difficult is it? It's a 21-point advantage. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Of course it's tricky, because I was in my town, tried to relax, but everybody that you meet, this is easy, it's done, but it's not like this. I mean, it's something difficult. Of course, I prefer to be in my position than Dobby, because I'm 21 points in front, but anyway, just this create to me like something good feeling, but anyway, that kind of energy that you need, and of course it's not the first time that I fight for the championship here in Valencia. Already 2010, but especially 2013 was very difficult. I managed well, so we will try to manage. Looks like the weather is good, stable during all weekend. This is one thing very important, and about the rest, try to do our 100%, and then on Sunday we will see where is my level, where is Dobby's level, and try to find the best position and the best result for me.
Just finally, can you ride in that more careful way? I suppose you may say you did do in Sepang, but it's not really Marc Marquez, is it?
Of course, it's difficult, but it's not my way to ride. I mean, during the weekend, I will push like always. I will try to do our 100%, but then Sunday after warm-up, we will see where we are, where is Dobby, where is the level of the other riders, and then we will decide. But anyway, I will not go out and, okay, 10th place is okay, or 11 or 9. I mean, I will go out and just try to find the feeling with the bike, try to give my 100%, and try to enjoy the race. This will be the most important.
Marc, thank you. To your left, of course, Andrea Dovizioso on the factory Ducati. Well, again, this is it, but when we sat down in Qatar at the start of the season, would you have believed you would be in this situation?
No, for sure. Especially the people watching the race didn't expect that this. So that's why I'm so happy and so proud to make what we did the championship, because we start with a good position the first round, but after we struggled a little bit, but from Mugello, we become very competitive. So with some up and down, but we was able to arrive in the last round and fight still for the championship. So really, really happy about that. Really happy about the work we did during the season, because we understood a few things and it worked during the race. So really happy, and we will see. 21 points is a lot. It's very difficult, but still is open. So we have to be focused in our side. I mean, we can only win the race. I know it will be difficult because there is a lot of fast ride, especially in this track. But I think we have a good speed now, and we have to be focused from the first practice to try to create a good speed for the race. And let's see what we can do in the race. But we have just one strategy: try to win the race and wait what Marc can do. But I don't feel a lot of pressure because I'm so happy about this season, because I know very well what we did. I know very well the positive and negative things from our bike. So I'm so happy about the result we did until now.
And Valencia for you, not a great record, and also for Ducati, it's not been easy. But I think, as you so rightly say, this season has turned it all round, isn't it?
Yes, for Ducati there was up and down in this track. For me, in the past I struggled a lot, but I think last year in the practice our speed, it wasn't too bad. Just in the race I didn't feel so good, and this year I believe we will be more competitive. But like always, we have to put the wheels on the ground to understand the tires and the bike this year, because the bike is different compared to last year. I expect to be competitive. If it will be enough to fight for the victory, I don't know.
Dovi, thank you. So Marc and Dovi, good luck on Sunday. Come on to, of course, Valentino Rossi, 4th in the World Championship. Up and down season, injuries, wins, some good results, some difficult results. It's not been easy, is it?
No, difficult season. Like you said, some good races, but also a lot of difficult weekend. We're struggling a lot, and sincerely, at this moment, we don't understand very well the way to fix. But in the last 2 races in Phillip Island and also in Sepang, on the dry I was quite strong, and I feel quite good with the bike. So we see. Usually Valencia is always a difficult track. It's very tricky. But the forecast said that is positive for the weekend. This is very important because on the wet we're struggling very, very much. So we have to wait and try to understand the right way.
would you offer any advice if you could to first Mark, who's got the big lead? You've been in that situation, and Dovi, who's doing the chasing.
You know, the situation is quite clear because you cannot do a lot of calculation because the difference in the point is quite big, no? So Dovi have just one way, try to win, and Mark can control, but you know, you have to see, especially wait for Sunday, understand your level, and see what's happened.
And just finally, Vali, the future. You've obviously next season you will continue racing, and when will you make a decision about your future?
Yeah, you know, I think after the first part of after some races next year, because at the end of the next season the contract finish. I have to see my speed, if we are competitive, we are able to make good work with the bike, and after some races we can speak with Yamaha and decide if continue or not.
Ali, thank you very much indeed. We come into Valentino's right, of course, Danny Pedrosa riding the Repsol Honda. Amazing record here, Danny, coming into the last round, and yeah, the best record of anybody.
Yes, it's a track I like, and you know, always here with the support of the fans makes it even more special. And for sure, it's the last race, and it's always good to finish strong. Last year, for example, was not positive. I came from an injury, and I couldn't really do a good weekend. But I hope this time we can start in better position, because like they said, the weather looks like more stable than in the last races, where it was quite difficult to manage all the situations. But if it's stable, it's going to be helpful for the practice, so you can go more in the rhythm and try more things on the bike.
And rather like Valley, this season for you, you've had the wins, you've had the crashes, you've had the ups and downs, haven't you?
Yes, I did some things better than last year, but some things worse. So a little bit up and down, and not able to find the good stability during all the situations. So it was a little bit changing by parts of the championship, but like in the last races were not really good. So that's why aiming to start tomorrow with good feeling on the bike.
And the future for you, another season on your contract with Honda. Have you thought beyond that, or rather like Valley, see how that first part goes?
For sure, always the main goal for me is try to improve and to be better where the points I wasn't. So that's the thinking I have for this winter. Not more far than that, and starting the testing with the bike and willing to make things better than this year.
Danny, thank you very much. We come to the far end, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Johan Zarco riding that monster Tech 3 Yamaha. Well, we're talking about up and down seasons, and people have good seasons, but you've had an amazing season, haven't you? And I think you've loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot. I got better than what I expect, and I'm so happy about that, because I'm thinking sometimes why you are racing, and in the end you race to win races. So this year has been a good way to improve and give me this hoping, you know, like when I started in the race in Malaysia, I could think about the win, and it was not like a crazy target, because it was almost there, and then again also in Australia it was not so far. So I'm happy that I improve a lot this feeling, and I'm able, after a nice Friday and a nice Saturday, to say it. Why not fight for a victory? So I hope I can do it again this weekend, have this potential, and then repeat it again and again for the next year.
Good record here at Valencia. Obviously last year, lap record, everything else, pole position and the win. Do you really think you can win here? You certainly said so in Sepang in Australia, and you were mighty close.
Let's see. I need to to see after 1 year experience, because I test the bike here for first time, and was so many new things, and almost a little bit scary because it was almost no limit on the bike and so much power. Now I can control well, and I got some problem in Valencia in the past, but last year when I did the pole position, I was not the strongest on the track, and I used a different strategy for the race that I had to fight a lot, and after half race I got the advantage. So with the experience I was able to calculate a little bit the race. For this year I come really neutral, like neutral guy, see what I can do on Friday and Saturday, and let's see if I'm fighting in the first position for the first row. I will see. I would like, yes, to have these possibilities, and there is Mark and Dovi that they have some pressure. They need to. I mean, Dovi needs to win, but Mark needs to maybe control a little bit more, and I think this can give an opportunity to have a podium.
Johan, thank you very much indeed. Come to the far end, ladies and gentlemen. Jorge Lorenzo. Well, we talk about people with good records here, Jorge. You've got a fantastic record here. You come fresh from, second place in Sepang. And it's been a difficult year, but the results are coming, aren't they?
Yeah, I really have good memories in this track, especially in MotoGP. I wasn't really competitive in the previous classes, but in MotoGP I started winning in 2010. 2013, 15, and last year, so has been one of my better tracks. Unfortunately for the bike, could be one of the best. No, they have some struggle in the past. Even if Casey have some victories here, it's a track that is very slow and have some narrow corners that for sure doesn't help our bike. But I think our bike improved quite a bit in this area. Now I feel every time better and better with the bike, more comfortable. I think in Sepang we understood certain things that maybe here also help us a little bit. So we are fully motivated for this race. So we hope to compensate what we need from the bike with another aspects, no?
And if you have to, final round, championship the way it is, will you help Dovi?
Yeah, of course. I say that from the middle of the championship because the journalists start asking me this very, very soon. And I said at the beginning, I said that was still too soon to this, but of course now it's not too soon. It's very difficult that I can do something because, you know, situation is much better for Mark and it's not so simple for Dovi. But obviously, I will have to check if I am in the position of fighting for the victory on the top positions. I will have to check the board and my dashboard. I think I understand the importance of the world title, but I repeat, it's very difficult that I can do something.
Jorge, thank you very much indeed. Okay, Steve Day's here for social media questions in a minute, but now it's you're going to laugh, aren't you? Questions from the floor.
Carlos Perez from Movistar MotoGP. A question for all riders. Overall the season, which mark do you put from 0 to 10? More on the results of the championship, your feelings, what has happened during the races, from 0 to 10.
After the race, I will say. I mean, of course, first part of the championship 6, but then second part 9. So. But all depends about this Sunday. I mean, can finish like a 10 or can finish like a 5. La nota. Dal 0 al 10.
About riders, team riders. Rider. Myself. 9.5.
Depends very much from the result. I say 7.
Yeah, it's difficult to judge. Some races were quite good, some other not. So I think at the end it's around 7, 6, 5, 7.
And like if Lantino says 7, I need to say 7.5 because I was rookie and I could fight a lot. So yeah, why not 7.5?
So I think the first part of the season maybe 6, and the second part I would say 8. So the medium is 7, like probably my position at the end of the race.
Hi. Hi. Question for Valentino and Zarco. How much more careful will you have to be during the race on Sunday and thinking about the competitors in the championship?
Well, I think that we are completely out. So for me personally, I have to try to do my race, try to do the best, like in another race.
Yeah, it's totally true. We are like not a Ducati rider that can help Dovi or opposite for Honda. We are really Yamaha riders, and we must bring Yamaha the best result as possible for, first of all, for ourselves, but then for the brand.
Valentino, over the season, you and Yamaha have tried many different chassis. But on Tuesday at the test, you can try a new engine, a different engine. Do you think that will make much difference to the problems you've been having?
No, but you know, is on the program. I mean, the engine was ready, and we start to work. In the chassis, we have more problems, so is still not ready. And I think that. We can have something new for February. So now we try to understand if the engine can be a little bit better. That is always a help, but our problem is more the chassis.
Hi, Mark. Mark, in your first MotoGP title here in 2013, you celebrate with the Spanish flag. In the next 2 MotoGP titles, you celebrate with the fan club flag. I want to ask you in this political moment, have you already decided which flag you will show? And do you think this will be controversial?
If I win on Sunday, we will see. But in the end, the flag that la bandera que representa mi gente es el 93, para que se entienda. ¿Sí?
I have a question for Valentino. Valentino, Maverick earlier on said during his debrief that maybe the test on Tuesday and Wednesday was even more important than the race on Sunday. Would you agree with that?
No, I mean, for me it's more important the race. Is a question of time. Before the race and after, for sure, I agree with Maverick. Is important. Is important for us. Is important. Tuesday and Wednesday will be important in 10 days in Sepang. Will be important in February because we have to fix some problems. So the winter season for us will be more important than for Honda and Ducati.
Okay, it's social media time with Stephen Day.
Thanks, Nick. Okay, we will start social media questions with a question for Johan. This question is from Seb VB on Instagram. What are you most proud of, the Moto2 titles that you've won or the MotoGP Rookie of the Year?
No, I'm most proud about the world title. It's a better emotion because you are really the first and the best rider of the season, and that's the main thing.
Thanks, Johan. Next question is for Jorge. This is from James Lim on Instagram. James is referring to your smooth as butter and hard riding the Hammer logos. Are you able to apply the hammer and the butter riding style to the Ducati? If not, what new riding styles will you adopt, and what are your names for them?
Well, when you see me on the TV, it's difficult to appreciate the difference of riding style that I am using in the Ducati compared with the one I use in the Yamaha. But inside, well, on the bike, I feel a lot of difference by myself. I'm using a lot the rear brake, for example. I'm sliding much more. The sliding you can actually look that is much different from the Yamaha. The Yamaha was much more stable on braking. But apart from that, the núcleo, I don't know in English, the general riding style remain the same, because everyone have their own, and it's impossible to change that.
Thanks, Jorge. Next question is for Valentino. This is from Quentin Blanchett on Instagram. Do you think that Franco Morbidelli will be as competitive as Joan has been this year in MotoGP next year?
I hope no. A little bit less, if it's possible. No, Johan this year did something very great, because he was very, very strong, more or less everywhere. I'm very optimistic about Franco, because he's arrived in MotoGP in a good moment. I mean, he's quite ready for ride this bike at the limit. So I think that next year can be competitive. Yes.
Thanks, Valentino. Next question is for Danny. This is from Marge on Twitter. What are you most looking forward to in the off season?
For sure, in the off season, I like to go for a windsurfing trip. I'm really looking for, because you know, during the season I cannot take the time and change the program. So it's one of the things I like to do when I'm relaxed. And obviously, apart from training and all these things and events, but as a personal thing, windsurfing with a trip with friends to do some jumps and some waves. So it's nice.
Thanks, Danny. Okay, to the two fighting for the championship then, and Dovi first. This question is from Siti Hashimar Mod Hanif on Instagram, talking about diet for MotoGP riders. Traveling around the world for your job, do you have a favorite food from a particular country, or do you just stick to Italian food for each round?
No, at the beginning, I mean, I'm Italian, and it was quite difficult to eat different things than Italian style, but now I really enjoy to eat everything I can find in every country. I really love Asian. I mean, you can eat, if you know where you have to go, you can eat good things in all the world. So, I mean, the Italian style I prefer, but I really like when we go into Asia to eat that stuff.
Thanks, Dovi. Finally, on to Mark. This question is from Paul on Facebook. You have broken a lot of records in your career. Is there a particular record that you have your eye on to beat before you one day retire?
No, because all the records that I beat, I didn't know that exist, or I didn't know who have. So I don't want to concentrate in any record. I mean, I want to enjoy it every year. I want to fight for the title every year and keep this mentality and motivation every year.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
There we go. Now I think Ignacio is just going to make a presentation of the Racing Together book. Don't forget the presentation this evening, everybody, of the book and, of course, of the film to commemorate Dorna's 25 years working with the FIM, with IRTA and the MMSA. So there is the book. So if we'd like to stand for the photograph, everybody, and good luck to everybody over the weekend. Thank you. And thank you for the film. Thank you.